Good morning, students. So we were discussing periodic classification, and so far we have discussed Dovernay triad and Newland law of octaves. But as you know that there are still some limitations in both the classification. So the scientists continue to do more and more types of classification. The third in this series was a Russian scientist, Mendeleev. Mendeleev started his work when there were 63 elements, right? You know that at the time of Newland there were 56 elements, and he told that no new elements would be found. And after some times, when Mendeleev started his classification of elements, then there were 63 elements, and he gave the law that the properties of element are periodic function of their atomic masses. What is the Mendeleev periodic law? His law was the properties of element are periodic function of their atomic masses. What does it mean? It means that when elements are arranged in increasing atomic masses, then the properties of element repeat after a regular interval. It doesn't mention that number of elements. His basis for the classification was rather two things. The first one was increasing atomic mass, and the second one was this similar chemical properties, right? So both these are the basis for his classification of elements. First one is increasing atomic mass, and the second one is similar chemical properties. Means when elements are arranged in increasing atomic masses, then the properties of element repeat after regular interval. And he placed all the elements having the similar chemical property in one group. So he gave the concept of groups and periods. The vertical column like this is known as groups, and these horizontal rows are known as periods, groups and periods. So he was the first one to give the concept of groups and periods. He divided all the elements having the similar chemical properties into several groups and periods. And how he started? He take all the elements in increasing atomic mass and made a play card for each element, and he reacted all the elements with hydrogen and oxygen, because most of the elements present at that time reacts with oxygen and hydrogen to form their oxide and hydride, like this. You can see from the table. This is R2O, RH, RO, RH2, R2O3, RH2. So there are two types of formulas. Here R represent the elements, and O means the oxide of that element, and H represent hydride, means the hydride of that element. So he reacted all the elements with oxygen and hydrogen, because most of the elements react with both these elements, and the elements having the same kind of formula of oxide and hydride are placed in the same group, means they have the same chemical properties. So in this way he took 63 cards on which he wrote the symbol of the element, the atomic mass of the element, the formula of their oxide and hydride, and the elements having the same formula of oxide and hydride are pinned in the same group. In this way, all the elements are part of some of his group or some of his group. Therefore, this classification has better in many ways than the previous classification, and therefore it gives a better recognition. And before we reach to the final periodic classification, when Henry Moseley or the other scientists find a new way of classification in a better way, because there are still some limitations left in this classification also. So I again repeat Mendeleev's periodic law, and what was the basis of Mendeleev's periodic law. The first is the properties of element are periodic function of their atomic masses and similar chemical properties. And in order to match the properties of elements, in some places he has to put a element having greater atomic mass first, then having the smaller atomic mass later on. Because in case of cobalt and nickel, you can see in the table, in case of cobalt and nickel, cobalt having greater mass than nickel, so the nickel should be placed first and cobalt should be placed later according to his own law. But the properties of cobalt is matched with other elements, and therefore he put cobalt first ahead of nickel. So in some cases he has to put a wrong order, because according to his law that the elements having lower atomic mass should come first and having greater atomic mass should come later. But in some cases, in order to match the property, he has to change the order, means he has to put element having greater atomic mass first and having smaller atomic mass later on. And the second thing which he did, he has to leave some gaps. He has to leave some gaps in his periodic table in order to match the property. Why he left some gap in his periodic table? Because he said that there are some elements which are yet to be discovered, and therefore he leave the place for those undiscovered element. Not only that, he also predicted the properties of those undiscovered element on the basis of the other elements of the same group, because like scandium, gallium and germanium, these are the three elements which discovered later on, and Mendeleev named them by prefixing a Sanskrit numeral like Eka to the name of the preceding element of the same group. For example, scandium, gallium and germanium discovered later, having the properties similar to that of Eka boron, Eka aluminium and Eka silicon respectively. The properties of Eka aluminium predicted by Mendeleev and those of the element gallium, which was discovered later, are replaced Eka aluminium and are listed in the following. Like this is the properties, like atomic mass, gallium or Eka aluminium, right? 68 and 69.7. The formula of Eka aluminium is E2O3 and gallium का formula भी बाद में यही आया Ga2O3. Formula of chloride is ECl3 and gallium का formula भी यही बना GaCl3. So in this way he also predicted the elements, the undiscovered element. He also gave the formula of those elements by putting a prefix of Sanskrit Eka before that element, right? And further you can see that it was extraordinary success of Mendeleev's prediction that the led chemist not only to accept his periodic table but also recognize him as the originator of the concept on which it is based. Then there are other elements like noble gases like helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These are noble gases which were not discovered at the time of Mendeleev, but later on when these gases were discovered, and these noble gases form a separate group and does not disturb the existing periodic table, Mendeleev's periodic table, and that's why the Mendeleev's classification was thought to be a successful classification at that time. But still there are some limitations in Mendeleev's classification also. And what was that? So let us discuss the limitation of Mendeleev's classification. Limitation of Mendeleev's classification. The first one is position of hydrogen. See, hydrogen The electronic configuration of hydrogen is that of alkali metals. You know that first group के जो elements हैं उनको alkali metals बोलते हैं. सोडियम, लिथियम, सोडियम, पोटाशियम, रुबिडियम, सीजियम, इन सब में एक वैलेंसी इलेक्ट्रॉन होता है. जैसे लिथियम का कॉन्फिगरेशन 2-1 है, फिर सोडियम का 281, पोटाशियम 2881. सो यू कैन सी दैट ईच एलिमेंट of the first group or alkali metals having one valence electron, and hydrogen has only one valence electron, so the configuration of hydrogen resembles with alkali metals, and hydrogen combines with halogen. Halogen means chlorine, fluorine, bromine, oxygen and sulfur to form compounds having similar formula as shown. देखो compounds of hydrogen HCl भी है, NaCl भी है, H2O भी है, Na2O भी है, H2S भी है, Na2S भी है. On the other hand, just like halogens, hydrogen also exists in the form of diatomic molecule, and it combines with metals and non-metals to form covalent compounds. तो वो metal की तरह भी behave करता है, non-metal की तरह भी behave करता है. So why it is placed with alkali metals? He could not explain that. Mendeleev could not explain that why hydrogen is placed along with the alkali metals, and why not, whereas its properties also resemble with the covalent molecules, although hydrogen is a non-metal. And the second drawback of Mendeleev's is that position of isotopes. You know that in from your 9th standard you know that what are isotopes. Isotopes are the elements having the same atomic mass but different atomic numbers, right? Isotopes are the elements which have the same atomic number but different atomic masses. So say hydrogen has 3 isotopes. Hydrogen has 3 isotopes in the first one is protium, deuterium and tritium. Protium, deuterium and tritium, and having atomic they have the same atomic mass as 1, but they have different atomic masses as 1, 2 and 3. So according to the law of Mendeleev, the properties of element are periodic function of their atomic masses. So according to his own law, hydrogen should get 3 places in his periodic table according to their increasing atomic mass as 1, 2, 3. Therefore, the first, second, and third position goes to hydrogen. Goes to hydrogen according to his law. But he gave only 1 place to one element, and most of the elements occur in the form of their isotopes. So each isotopes having different atomic mass should get different place in the periodic table, but he gave only 1 place to each element, so he could not explain the position of isotopes. This is the second drawback of Mendeleev's classification, right? So मैं एक बार फिर से दोनों drawback आपको बताता हूँ. There are 2 limitations. Basically, there are 2 limitations of Mendeleev's classification. The first one is position of hydrogen, because hydrogen is a non-metal, but hydrogen have the configuration just like alkali metal. So it is placed with alkali metals, but it is diatomic molecule just as covalent molecule. So he could not explain the position of hydrogen. Mendeleev could not explain the position of hydrogen. And the second one is position of isotopes. Isotopes are the elements having the same atomic number but different atomic masses, and according to different atomic masses, and therefore according to his own law, each isotopes of an element should get separate place in his periodic table, but he gave only 1 place to each element, so he could not explain the position of isotopes. Now you can see some question based on Mendeleev's classification. The first one is page 85, the question answer. Use Mendeleev periodic table to predict the formula for the oxide of the following elements. पोटाशियम फर्स्ट ग्रुप का एलिमेंट है, तो इसका फार्मूला जैसे उसके टेबल में देखेंगे तो टेबल के हिसाब से R2O आएगा. R2O, तो R2O का मीन्स यहाँ पे पोटाशियम एलिमेंट, R रिप्रेजेंट एलिमेंट, सो यहाँ पे पोटाशियम एलिमेंट है तो इसका फार्मूला बनेगा K2O. कार्बन का वहाँ पे बनेगा RO2. अगर हम पीरियोडिक टेबल में देखेंगे तो वहाँ पे उसका फार्मूला बनेगा RO2. और RO2 यहाँ पे देखो, ये कार्बन है, उस फार्मूला क्या आ रहा है RO2, यहाँ पे फार्मूला कार्बन सिंबल है तो इसका फार्मूला हो जाएगा CO2। ऐसे एल्यूमिनियम का R2O3 आएगा एलिमेंट्स के हिसाब से, तो यहाँ पे फार्मूला बनेगा Al2O3। ऐसा ही ये सिलिकॉन है, सिलिकॉन का फार्मूला अगर आप टेबल से देखेंगे तो आएगा RO2, यहाँ पे बनेगा SiO2। ऐसे ही बेरियम का है, बेरियम जो है, बेरियम का जो फार्मूला बनेगा RO बनेगा, यानी BaO, क्योंकि बेरियम की वैलेंसी 2 होती है। अब तो आपको मालूम है थोड़ा सा, ये 9th में फार्मूले बनाने तो आपको आगे थे, तो ऑक्सीजन की वैलेंसी आपको पता है 2 होती है, और बाकी सबकी वैलेंसी अगर आपको पता हो तो फार्मूला वैसे भी बनाना आता है, पर टेबल के हिसाब से बनाएंगे तो टेबल के हिसाब से भी आप बना पाएंगे। यहाँ से टेबल से देख के ना, जैसे ये पोटाशियम है, ये पोटाशियम है, तो पोटाशियम में R2O, ठीक है। तो ये इस ग्रुप में जितने भी एलिमेंट आएंगे उन सबका फार्मूला ऐसे ही बनेगा, जैसे इसका Li2O, इसका K2O, इसका Na2O, इसका Rb2O, इसका CS2O, इसमें आएगा कोई तो आएगा BeO, MgO, CaO, SrO, BaO, इसमें R2O3 है तो B2O3, Al2O3, Ga2O3, right? In the same way. Besides gallium, which other elements have since been discovered that were left by Mendeleev in his periodic table? The other two elements were scandium, gallium and germanium. These are the three elements: scandium, gallium and germanium. So beside gallium, germanium and scandium are the other two elements which were discovered later on. What are the criteria used by Mendeleev in creating his periodic table? There were two criteria. First one is similar chemical properties, and the second one is increasing atomic mass. Why do you think that noble gases are placed in a separate group? Because the properties of noble gases are entirely different from the other elements, and all the noble gases have their octet complete, so they are inert in their behavior, therefore they should be placed in a separate group. So tomorrow we will continue to discuss more classification, and I'll send you the assignments, so try to solve this assignment and read these pages from 81 to 85. Read pages 81 to 85 NCERT book and try to solve the assignment which I'll send to you. Thank you.